Namaste Krishna Rao garu. Welcome to IYRTalks on this 20th day of May 2024. The fifth phase of elections are over, and we are getting the turnout to be around 61% still yet to be established at this point of time, and 49 Lok Sabha elections have been conducted, and the reports are, I think, peacefully done. So now almost about 430 seats elections are over in all these 5 phases, and still another 114 Lok Sabha seats are going to be, people will have option to vote in 2 phases on 24th and 1st June. Since the major part of election is over, how the trend could be in light of the more and more extended election schedule? Your reflections on this?
Yes, we have discussed earlier, this is a very, very highly drawn out election schedule, resulting in a lot of election fatigue. I think this is not the way Election Commission should have scheduled the elections. Should have completed it within about a month's time. So stretching it over 1.5 months. This was not really required. I understand there are issues of law and order, effective policing, and some very constituencies where you have problematic issues. But all said and done, a 1 month stretch should be good enough to accommodate all these issues and still give a fair and good result. So I think that's one thing about this whole election schedule this year. If I were to comment, I think Election Commission has erred in stretching the period of elections this long. That's one thing. Having said that, coming back to how the trends are, where the BJP may end up, its allies, NDA, and the opposition, 2 things. If BJP really was aiming at that 400 plus, the right thing would have been for them to dissolve the Lok Sabha and have gone in for elections somewhere in February. Because the Prana Pratishtha at Ayodhya happened in January, 22nd January. Amount of issues to sustain that impact over a long period is not possible. All emotive issues are short-lived. In February, yes, Ramalayam could have been an important election influencing factor. But by May, it's not. In fact, I would say 2019 Pulwama was a much greater influencing incident on elections compared to the Ayodhya Rama Mandiram. But one thing plus for BJP compared to 2019 is 2019, just Modi was there for 5 years. He was laying the foundation. 2024, he built part of the superstructure. So to that extent, people are convinced the Modi rule has done them a lot of good. The way he has tackled COVID, the way he has ensured that India did not suffer the oil shock after the Ukraine-Russian war. In fact, that's a major contribution of Modi's government. Nobody is realizing that. But for him, anybody else would have immediately succumbed to pressures from USA, and oil prices would have just hit the roof. So that's one of the greatest contributions that Modi has given to the country, along with tremendous management of COVID, and then the way the economy is taking shape. So all these are plus points for him, and his clean and neat image. That's another thing which is also helping him to get a pan-India Modi wave. In fact, there may not be a Pulwama effect. The Rama Mandiram effect may not be as strong as they have expected, but the Modi wave is much more than what they could have thought of. So this is one thing that is coming out as a pattern during this phase of elections. That's why, as a desperate attempt, the opposition has brought to the center stage the mandal politics, reservations and these things. And this fight is going on right from VP Singh's time when this whole thing has started. BJP stands to gain by Hindu consolidation. These small parties, caste-based parties, thrive by playing to the divisive forces. Because one thing is, good or bad, they can bank on a substantial voting of the Muslims. So if 2-3 dominant castes are together, that becomes a winning combination. Even though they don't give a good governance and it's all law and order is at hell, like it happened during the Mulayam Singh and his son Akhilesh Yadav's period in Uttar Pradesh and things like that, or in Bihar under Lalu Prasad Yadav, but still that's a thing that they play. But to counter that, BJP has done well by putting right people as the chief ministers of some of the big states like Yogi Adityanath. The way he has handled law and order, non-corrupt, development-oriented government is giving them a tremendous mileage as far as UP is concerned. They will have problems, I think, in Maharashtra, because Maharashtra, the way the politics have been played there, they didn't have much of a choice. How people would receive it, one has to see. They may gain substantially in West Bengal. Bihar, they are carrying on their shoulders the legacy of Nitish Kumar. He has been there for too long and has not been all that effective. So that may be something that may reflect on them. But they may gain some in Telangana, some in Andhra, and may do well in Karnataka. So all this put together, my feeling is, based upon these 5 phases, experience and a likely prediction for next 2 phases, they may end up around 290 to 300 very easily and comfortably. That itself is a tremendous achievement given the fact that they are going alone in Tamil Nadu, they are going alone in Punjab, they are going alone in Orissa. These are the states where they should gain, and also that should lay the foundation for the party to grow independent of an ally in these 3-4 states when the next elections are held in 2029. Of course, again, the chart factor may be an important factor both in Haryana, Punjab and Western UP. So that's something they have to be careful about managing that. So if they manage that well, I am sure they should end up around 290 to 300, and that's a fairly good achievement for a party which is in power for the last 10 years.
So thank you very much, sir, for giving your fair view. Let's wait for the next phase of election on 24th and 1st, and a final decision and outcome on June 4th. Sure. Thank you very much.